Crestview has not won the Firelands Conference in basketball since they won back-to-back championships in 1999 and 2000. They look to end that drought this season, and so far they're off to a very good start, 3-0 in conference play. Tonight they host Monroeville. It's the Eagles and the Cougars coming up next.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sutton Bank pregame show. I am Brian Harter, along with Gregg Collins, and tonight we are at Crestview as the 5-0 Crestview Cougars host Monroeville. Monroeville coming in at 2-3 overall, and Coach, this is one of those matchups that I think both of these schools are going to kind of use this as a barometer. This is kind of a must-win for Monroeville. They're 2-1 in conference play.
Right. If
they have any hopes of a Firelands title, they have to win this tough one here on the road.
Well, you're right. Crestview and Mapleton are both undefeated as we sit here in conference play, and both teams can score a lot of points. It's just a matter of, can Monroeville do it on the road against a very, very good Crestview basketball team?
As we take a look at the Monroeville Eagles under the direction of head coach Paul Rader in his 5th season, he was quite the playing legend back in his day. He still holds the school's single-season scoring record of 515 points, and they are really trying to make a name for themselves this season, and Rader is trying to get this team over that hump, and as we said, get themselves in position to win the Firelands. Last week they defeated Mapleton 51-41 last Friday night. Their season has really been kind of up and down to this point. They opened with 2 losses, then they won a couple before last week's loss, so they're really trying to get things shifted and get positive momentum as they head into the Christmas holiday.
And this is a tough place to play. It's a long travel here to Crestview. You're playing against a big, tall basketball team that scores a lot of points and also defends very well. So this is going to be a tough test for Monroeville.
Monroeville has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two schools. The lone Crestview win over that stretch came back in December of 2020 by a 64-56 score, but John Kurtz has to be very confident as his team takes the the floor tonight undefeated.
Well, John has done a great job at all the stops he's been. He's been at Crestview once prior to this, and everywhere he's been, he's built a winner. And this is going to be no exception. This year at 5-0 is no exception. He puts out a good, fundamentally sound basketball team. He likes an up-tempo offense. He plays solid man-to-man defense. It just makes it tough for opposition when you are up-tempo against a pressure defense.
And John Kurtz is a guy who has been around. He has done a lot of things coaching in his career, over 300 wins. He's had stops at Temple Christian, Mansfield Christian. This is his second stint here at Crestview, so he's a familiar face in a familiar setting.
You know, and it's amazing, and John is such a great guy. Anytime a coach, it doesn't matter how successful you've been, you're going to rub a few people the wrong way. And once you leave a program, oftentimes that program is, hey, you know, we're glad we had you, but we don't want you back. But Crestview knew what they had when they had John Kurtz here. When he did leave the first time, he went to Mansfield Christian. His son was playing at Mansfield Christian at the time. I think that was a great deal of why John left, just to be able to coach one of his sons again. But now that his son has graduated, I think he's happy to be back here at Ashland Crestview.
So if they want to go to 4-0, what are the keys tonight for Crestview to stay unbeaten against a team like Monroeville?
Well, I think there are two of them. In talking with John earlier this week, he certainly talked about Aiden Goodwin and Jimmy Klingman. Aiden Goodwin is a player that's averaging over 20 points a game. He's shooting around 40% from the three-point line. Now, he only gets off about 6 threes a game. He's probably more of a set shooter, where Klingman is averaging around 15 points a game, and he can create. But those two guys are certainly two people that John knows, that Crestview knows they have to contain. Not stop, but contain.
Now, on the other side of that, Monroeville, they want to come in and they want to pull the upset. And Paul Rader wants to be able to put his team, as we said, in a position to challenge for the Firelands Conference. What is the key for them tonight?
I really think it's going to be rebounding. You know, they are a good rebounding team, but Crestview is an outstanding rebounding team. They have dominated their opponents this year on the boards. I think, number one, you're going to have to rebound. I'm talking about maybe some offensive rebounds, get some easy putbacks, certainly control the defensive rebounds, and let it go from there. But if they're going to get dominated from the boards, you know, it's going to be a long night. And then shot selection. Both teams like to run, but Crestview really likes to run, and if you put up a poor shot, that's just the first pass on transition for the opposition.
Now, when you talk about rebounding, Owen Barker, who plays for Crestview, is a very physical athlete. A lot of people know him from his prowess on the football field, an All-Ohioan at defensive end, and he's a guy that you have to make sure that you're boxing him out at all times.
Well, you know, here's a guy that word I get is he's leaving tomorrow to play in a blue-gray football game where only a few players from Ohio are playing in it. So I did not get a chance to see him playing football this year. I don't know if you did, Brian, but I read a great deal about him. Great athlete. I'm really looking forward to watching him play, but it doesn't surprise me that on the boards that he just has a nose for the basketball.
The word beast comes to mind.
There you go.
Very athletic, very physical, and he brings a very, very physical presence to even playing on the basketball floor. And people don't like to think about, or maybe they don't think about the physicality of basketball, but he brings that toughness. That was the word I was looking for. He brings that toughness to this program.
And so much of rebounding, yeah, there is technique to it, but so much of it is a desire. As you know, it's a lot of coaches say a nose for the ball. It's a desire, it's a want to get the rebound, and certainly he's an athlete that has a nose for the football in the fall and the basketball in the winter.
Well, and it's funny, as you were saying that, I thought of a certain young man that you were familiar with for many years, Jamie Fike, who made a career rebounding the basketball.
Well, yeah, you know, as an undersized professional player, he was second in the league one year in the NBA and in rebounding. And, you know, you look at people like Dennis Rodman, who's not built like some of the big beasts in the NBA, but he was a tremendous rebounder. And you find a lot of times great rebounders might be a little bit undersized, but they have a desire and a want to get the ball.
We're going to pause now for the playing and singing of our national anthem.
Your varsity officials are Thomas Goodsight, Bill Santi, and Amy Kennedy. We live in a country with freedoms like no other. To honor our great nation and those who have sacrificed and served, please rise, gently remove your caps as we play our national anthem.
Let's take a look now at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Monroeville Eagles, under the direction of head coach Paul Rader, their leading scorer, Aiden Goodwin, a 6'2 senior guard, leads the team in scoring with just over 20 points per game. He's joined in the starting lineup by Gabe Howell, a 6'2 junior. He averages almost 13 points per game. Jimmy Klingman, who Coach talked about earlier, averages almost 15 points per contest. For the Crestview Cougars, under head coach John Kurtz, Heath Cash averages 15 points a game. Owen Barker, the All-Ohioan in football, scores 11 points a game. And their leading scorer, Justice Thompson, a 6'3 sophomore, leads the team in scoring, averaging almost 16 points a game. And Jarek Ringler contributes 12 points per game. So you see a lot of potential for offense here for Crestview. This might be one of the better teams that Crestview has ever put on the floor.
Well, I don't know a lot about their history. I know they've had some success, but when you have balanced scoring like this in double figures, it's tough to defend. Now, Brian, I got to go back and I have to apologize. I made the statement early on that Mapleton was undefeated in the conference. You corrected me. Listen, I've been corrected a great deal in my days. I'm married.
By better people.
By better people. But, hey, I had a great story going for a while until the facts got in the way.
Crestview looking to go to 6-0. And the opening tip controlled by Monroeville.
And Klingman right away is someone that can create. So you'll expect to see the ball in his hands.
And on transition after the turnover, Crestview with an early lead.
Well, certainly if you're Monroeville, you want to take care of the basketball. You don't want to give up easy points. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams average, a great deal of points. Crestview averaging about 66, Monroeville about 68. So in today's game around this area where teams I see averaging around in the mid-40s, I think we're going to see some points, but you don't want to give points away.
And when you've been doing this for as long as Coach Kurtz, you see a lot of good fundamentals on both sides of the floor.
Well, you do. And right away, the defense of Crestview taking 2 turnovers. This one a chance to run with it. Almost a third.
Ball up ahead to Chapman and a layup for Monroeville, and the Eagles are finally on the board.
I know before the game started, you and I and Jake Furr from the News Journal were talking about a shot clock, and, I'm in favor of it. Tonight, I don't think we're going to need a shot clock. Both teams are going to get up and down the court.
3 in the air, no good by Heath Cash, and a foul, and the ball will stay with the Cougars.
Heath Cash missed that shot, but it was a great set. Coming off a down screen to the wing area and catching the basketball, got his feet set. Just not able to knock that down. But a second chance for him.
And this one he puts in. And Cash now with 5.
It looks like right away Crestview is trying to get some shots up for Cash with a set early and then an out-of-bounds play set for him.
Tough baseline jumper and a foul on Dylan Bruner. That'll be his first.
And right away, Aiden Gooden, you can see the importance of him for this basketball team, at least from Crestview's standpoint. They're going to play him tight. And if he's going to get a perimeter shot up, it's going to be with pressure in his face.
3-year letter winner is Goodwin.
He's also, now I've only done a few games with you this year, but that's my favorite hairdo. If I could have hair, this is what I want, okay? This is the best I've seen so far.
Monroeville now within 1 as we're just underway here in the first quarter. Cash with another 3 in the air. This one's short, but Barker clears the rebound, and the possession stays alive for the Cougars, and another 3 in the air, and this one goes in from Justice Thompson, the sophomore.
And right away again, they set up a set play for Cash. It was a long skip. He misses it, get the offensive rebound. Good passing by Crestview to knock down the 3.
Well, and you talked about the rebounding earlier. The offensive rebound by Barker kept that possession alive.
Exactly. An extra offensive possession. And, right now Crestview is winning the rebounding war.
Another 3 in the air. And another miss by Crestview. Not afraid to take the open jumper from the outside. And here come the Eagles with an opportunity to take the lead.
That's why I said I don't think you're going to need a shot clock. If you're open here, you're going to shoot it. Nice move.
Tough shot up and in by Goodwin.
That was a nice move. It was pressure defense. He was able to beat him baseline. The help defense came over. He still was able to step through and, as you said, put up a difficult shot.
Another turnover, and here come the Eagles. Goodwin thought about the 3, shakes the defender, and cannot connect from outside.
He had a split second. He was open.
Cash tried to feed it inside to Bruner. It will stay with the Cougars. 8-6 lead for Crestview. 4:32 to go in the first quarter.
See if they go with Cash in the corner again. This time Monroeville switches. Looked like the same out-of-bounds play, this time from the right side.
Another long 3 in the air, and they are not afraid to shoot the basketball. The sophomore with his second tray.
Had a good look. He wasn't at the line. He was beyond the line, but he had a good look at the basket.
Boy, we've seen a lot of good young players over the last couple of years, and Justice Thompson, a sophomore, 16 points a game, and he's already hit 2 threes.
And he's a good-sized kid, too, isn't he?
Another turnover, and Crestview will walk it up the floor.
That's 3 turnovers here in the first quarter. And here comes the down screen we saw earlier, coming off a little ball screen.
Tried to get it to Cash in the corner, but he steps on the sideline. And Monroeville will get the ball back down by 5.
If you're Monroeville, yeah, they can score a lot of points. Crestview scores a lot of points. But if you look at so far this season, Crestview is only giving up 47 points a game. So if you're Monroeville, you don't want to fall too far behind playing on the road early. Good backdoor.
Tough shot again by Goodwin off of that backdoor feed.
And I have a feeling that's something he's going to get a lot this year because you're going to pay special attention to him probably deny him the basketball. A great backdoor cut, great pass for the layup. That's going to be there at times this year. It's good to see both teams out here playing man-to-man defense.
Couple of old school coaches.
Yeah, you like that.
Nice spin in the lane, but a misfire, and Goodwin clears the rebound. Baseline jumper inside the three-point line, doesn't fall for Gabe Howell.
One thing Crestview is doing is not allowing Monroeville to get out and run with it. I remember just one transition basket. Nice move to the ball basket there. Used the ball screen, got to the hoop.
Jarek Ringler with his first bucket. And that pushes the lead back to 5 with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Monroeville needing a win. And an outside shot does not go by Klingman. Monroeville needing a win if they want to keep pace in the Firelands. Ball out of bounds, and it will, well, they initially said it was going to stay with Crestview, then they give it to Monroeville.
Prior to the game, Jake Furr and I were talking about the lack of on-the-ball screens that we've been seeing in high school basketball in this area, which is amazing since it's been big in pro, big in college over the years. Previous possession by Monroeville, there was an on-the-ball screen. There's a nice move, nice pass inside. Somehow, Braden Chapman just snuck inside. Maybe it was because everybody was worried about Goodwin when he was penetrating.
Cash pulls up just outside the elbow. And Cash with a hot hand here early. He's got 7.
This one's off the dribble, which is even more difficult.
Cougars in transition push it up. And another 3 from outside. And Thompson finally misses from long range.
He was open.
Well, obviously, John Kurtz has given his shooters the green light when they get open on the perimeter. Ball reversed.
Started this set off with a ball screen. It opened up some things. Here's a nice move to the basket, just can't finish.
Barker with the rebound, and Crestview looking to add to a 5-point lead as we're at about 30 seconds to go in a rapidly moving first quarter. Who needs the shot clock?
Exactly.
Quarter's almost over.
You get 2 good teams out here and skilled players. I think it's a smart move by Crestview right here. You might as well go for the last shot. You have momentum in your favor. Don't let Monroeville get the last shot up, a last bucket.
Cash thought about the 3, pulls up from the baseline. It doesn't go. And the long-range shot in and out, and it does not fall. Crestview with a 5-point lead. As we head to the second quarter, you're watching boys high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Janotta and Herner. We design, we build. By Scout Construction LLC, Sutton Bank, Frito Lay, Earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Casa. That's at Sutton Bank. Brian Harter, Greg Collins from Crestview High School. The Cougars with a 15-10 lead as we start the second quarter. Tried to go inside at Monroeville to Gabe Howell. Ball goes out of bounds, and Crestview gets it back up 5.
Unfortunately for Monroeville, that's how they started the game. Start the second quarter the same way with a turnover.
Tried to get it inside, and a miss by Jarek Ringler. And the ball will stay at this end.
This is going to be a big quarter, I think, for Monroeville. You're down 5 right now. Stay in this baby as long as you can. Nice
Tough
move.
shot and a foul. Tyson Ringler, the sophomore, connects and will go to the line.
And that's all because of his movement without the basketball. He came from the weak side, cut, beat his defensive player to the basketball, got an angle and put up a tough shot, got the foul, chance for 3.
That's also a lost start. You were talking about screening at the beginning of the game, moving without the basketball.
Yes.
You seem to see a lot of players stand today.
Well, and you do. You're exactly right. And with that, you see a lot of times where the player with the ball just dribbling in one place, not with a purpose. Here it looks like ball on the ball screen. He rejects it.
Ball goes out of bounds, and it will go to Crestview.
Now the officials are going to talk about it and see who had the best angle. No overrule here.
They didn't spend 10, 15 minutes in front of a replay monitor. Monroeville pretty solid in the half court defensively. Ringler.
A couple of ball screens on this possession for Crestview. They keep the ball to the right side. I think John Kurtz would like to see maybe the ball get reversed here. I think we talked about it last week, Brian. There is a direct relationship between ball reversals and scoring. The more ball reversals you have, the easier it is to score. Of course, you're talking about quicker ball reversals. It's tough to go defensively from ball side to help side to ball side.
Lob it inside to Jarek Ringler.
Nice pass inside, just not able to finish.
Monroeville with numbers, a miss, but a foul. That's going to be called on Barker. And that will send Jimmy Klingman to the line. He's been held scoreless so far.
He is a 73% free throw shooter and looks pretty good on that one also. We've seen some free throw shooters in the 40%, which is amazing. I mean, you're there, nobody's guarding you. Knocks down 2, and that's 2 big ones. They were down 7, get it back to 5, get a stop, maybe get a run out here, either a rebound or a turnover or run out.
Nice move inside, but a missed layup by Ringler, and here comes Monroeville. You talked about the run out, and Crestview I was going to say they did a nice job of getting back, but they left a shooter wide open, and that's Klingman.
That's because seconds ago you said Klingman was scoreless. So he took offense to that, hit his 2 free throws, and a downtown 3.
Makes it a 3-point game.
Boy, Crestview really does a nice job. We were talking about off-the-ball movement, moving without the basketball, and you said it's a lost start, and it is. But, boy, they're doing a good job down here.
Well, Monroeville now down 3 with the basketball. They can tie it with a long-range jumper here. Goodwin launches from downtown.
And that's a shot that he likes. That's a shot he can take, being aggressive for the ball.
1st and 10, and it's going to go to Monroeville.
Well,
they'll give it to Crestview.
Right. Monroeville got it at the beginning of the quarter. Last few possessions, Crestview's had some great looks at the basket. They just haven't been able to connect. So the offense is working. On the ball screen, backdoor cut.
Inside
Nice
to Parker.
pass.
Owen
Great.
Parker with his first points of the night, and he pushes the lead back to 5.
Great setup there, using the on-the-ball screen, backdoor cut. Beautiful set.
Goodwin with a shot fake and a foul.
I think that time Owen Bruner was maybe a little late on the closeout, so Goodwin took advantage, put the ball on the floor, and you know, I've not seen him play, but from what I've heard, it's his forte is catch and shoot. This time, though, because of the poor closeout, he had to put the ball on the floor, and he draws the foul. Unfortunately, can't hit the first free throw. He's a 77% shooter, which is quite good.
First miss on the night for Monroeville. And he splits the pair. He is now 3 for 4 from the stripe. And it's back to a 3-point ball game. Ringler puts it on the baseline, loses control, and he travels with the basketball. So the sophomore turns it over.
You know, we saw early on, very early in the game, where Crestview is really looking to shoot the three. Now I think they're being a little bit more patient, trying to get the ball to the rim. That time, just good defense causes the turnover.
Parker with the steal, heads the other way, powers it up and in, misses, but he'll go to the line.
It all started with a good steal, and maybe lost a little bit of control of the basketball. I think maybe it hit the referee, but that's fine. The ball's still in play, and he takes it strong to the basket. Chance to go to the line to get 2.
Fouls on Schaub. It's his first. Barker now with 3. And make that 4.
We see some good free throw shooting tonight. That's great to see.
Crestview 2 out of 3. And Monroeville 5 out of 6, and that's really what's kept them in the ball game.
Yeah, if you can knock down those freebies, that's key.
Our thanks to tonight's statistician, Adam Thompson, who does just a little bit of everything for OH Report.
He does. He's the man.
That earned me some candy.
Yeah, he has those gummies. Now, he's addicted to that.
Crestview's lead back to 5. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if any adjustments are made here. Does Monroeville come down and maybe go with the set? I think their on-the-ball stuff has gotten some good movements for them. Does Crestview do anything different? You know, they're a man-to-man team, but do they come out and maybe trap a little bit? Here's a
tried to force it inside and another turnover. And here come the Cougars in transition. But Monroeville with a nice job of getting back. They settle for a 3. That's a miss. But another offensive rebound, and it stays with Crestview. Ball almost taken away by Klingman, but it will stay with the Cougars.
The previous possession, Monroeville did come out with a set play, trying to get Goodwin inside. But Crestview doing a great job defensively, gets the steal. Comes down here, Monroeville gets the steal.
Crestview does a nice job of sprinting back.
You know, that's a sign of a well-coached basketball team. teams' conversion defense, converting from offense to defense is one of the toughest things to do. Great step through.
Goodwin with the shot fake, tried to draw the contact. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it was a clean block, but Crestview gets the basketball.
He had a great jump stop, 2-foot jump stop, step through, but Crestview does a great job getting a hand on the ball and eventually going out of bounds off Monroeville. Monroeville needs a stop here. They need to create maybe an easy basket for themselves.
So when you were coaching, were you more hands-on with the offense or the defense?
Certainly with the defense. Try to give my DNA is giving a little bit more freedom on offense and defensively zero freedom. There's good penetration kick.
And Goodwin nails the three. First shot from long range connected on by Goodwin. And don't look now, it's a 2-point ball game and a timeout here as momentum's starting to shift here toward the black and gold.
Well, that was a great job by Monroeville right there. Obviously, they were playing 5 versus 4 with a Crestview player down, but they took advantage of that, penetrated, drew the defense. It opened up Goodwin outside. His man had to leave to help, being only 4 defenders. Find a shooter, steps right in, knocks it down. That's what you hope that your shooter can do, and that's what he did. And, 2-point basketball game now.
Well, as they say, that is exactly how you draw it up. And Crestview will now try to stem some of this momentum here as we get closer to the halftime intermission.
Yeah, it looks like Monroeville's gone to a little zone, a little 1-3-1.
Nice
ball
feed inside
reversal
to Barker, and it just rolls off the rim.
Well, it did, but it was a good ball reversal. They had a good look. It just didn't fall. Another offensive rebound.
Braden Chapman with the offensive rebound. And it will stay on this end of the floor.
Here we are with, two something left in the half, and we only have 5 team fouls. Yeah, you like to see that. Let the kids play. Oh, shooter open.
Howell misfires from long range. So Monroeville has had opportunities here in the first half.
I don't think that's the shot John Kurtz wants to give up, though.
Cash for 3. And another offensive rebound and another extended possession, and Justice Thompson now with 8.
You got to remember, a long shot is going to be a long rebound, and that time the ball just goes over the Monroeville player's head. Crestview rebounds and puts it back. Another passing lane.
Well, they're going to call the foul on Goodwin in transition.
Tyson Ringer is upset going, come on, man, he didn't hit me that hard. I had a layup here. I could take that.
I can handle the contact.
Yeah.
Crestview now taking their time at the offensive end. I think Barker's just looking for somebody to block and hit.
Crestview doing a lot of 5 out, a lot of movement with 5 players outside the lane, keeping that open for backdoor cuts.
Barker with a really strong move inside, and he can't get it to drop. And Monroeville now down 4. Nice take in the lane and a basket by Maverick Myers, his first 2 of the night.
That was a nice move. Nice. He had a little opening, and he just took advantage of it, put up a little runner. Good skip pass.
From the baseline, it's Thompson.
Nice stop and pop. Not an easy shot. Stop at about 10 feet, put up the jumper.
Thompson now in double figures with 10.
Now with 20 seconds left, I think it's smart here. Monroeville, you might as well go for the last shot. Don't shoot early and let Crestview come down and get the last shot, the last points. What kind of set will they run? Ball screen?
Shot in the air and good by Myers. And that will do it. And Myers hits the 3. And Monroeville pulls to within 1. It's halftime here at Crestview. The Cougars up 25-24. We'll be back with our halftime show right after this.
Beckham in the house. Watching a little soccer. Nice. Bro, are you eating my Lays?
Yep.
Wow.
It's the FIFA World Cup. And it's football.
All right, don't start. Those are chips.
Crisps.
Those are cleats on my chair.
Boots.
But that is soccer.
No, my friend, that is football.
Okay.
There's 700 million people watching this little football match right now. That's gotta hurt.
Ha! Definition. Soccer is a round ball. Football is an oval ball. Like those golden balls.
These souvenirs.
Wow. You want to talk about your Teen Choice Awards?
It's so sad.
That hurts. That hurts, actually.
But we'll ask the world. Is it called football or football?
Or soccer.
It's football.
Hey, Rob, that's a football tackle. We're playing soccer here.
Mia, you're on my field. It's football here.
She's right. It's soccer.
Have you won 2 World Cups?
Does it look like I've won 2 World Cups?
All right, Brandy, the debate rages on. Is it football?
It's football. Soccer.
Football. It's soccer.
My Doritos, football.
Or is it soccer?
It all comes down to this.
Come on, Jules. It's soccer, baby. We're doing that again, huh? It's a classic.
It's Chicharito against Howard. He shoots Pachito! Oh, the Cheetos! And Howard's down!
No, Cheetos. Football started the 12th century. That's like ancient. Then US football evolved from soccer rugby. I own my own soccer team. I know.
You just said the word soccer.
Did not.
You said soccer because you know you said soccer. You heard yourself say soccer.
You heard wrong. Absolutely not.
My house, my rules, you said soccer.
Prove it.
Learn it, love it.
Are you certified by Parks and Recreation to be on this field?
Don't hog with Tostitos. It says soccer mom, not football mom. You ever argue with soccer mom?
Bring it.
I'm just telling you, get ready. Brought it. Go ahead, tell them. You're a very difficult house guest. You know that?
I did say soccer.
I knew it.
He's turned many doubters into believers. Goal!
We're gonna need more chips, by the way.
Crisps.
Whatever.
No matter what you call it, don't forget the chips for the FIFA World Cup.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Welcome to our Sutton Bank halftime show. I am Brian Harter, and we're joined by Jake Furr of the Mansfield News Journal. My partner just got better looking.
Of course. I mean, it couldn't get any worse, could it?
Your thoughts of the first half? Monroeville came to play.
Yeah, definitely. I was really happy with kind of how they responded after being down maybe 6-7 points and just kind of not packing it in and giving it up and kind of sticking to what they do. I feel like they didn't change anything to kind of get them back in the game. They just kind of played their game, and that's the key to, kind of making a little bit of a comeback here.
One of the keys the coach had before the game was rebounding, and I thought that both teams, Crestview especially early, kept some possessions alive and were able to they got a couple threes off of keeping those possessions extended, but that's also how Monroeville got back into the game.
Definitely. I coming into this game, I thought Crestview was going to be the better rebounding team, but Monroeville's kind of proven that, they have the athleticism, the size, and the strength to match up with Crestview, and there's not a whole lot of D3 or even Firelands Conference teams that can say that, but the Eagles can, I think.
Well, there's a lot of buzz around this Crestview team, and I think deservedly so. John Kurtz came back to where he had his roots, and he's got this team off to a very hot start. Where do you see them as the season progresses? Is this team a legit 5-0, I guess is the question.
I think so. I think maybe their early season schedule has been a little bit easier, but, kind of working your way into a season and kind of getting your legs about you, I think they are a legit 5-0. I think they are a legit Firelands Conference favorite. If I'm putting money on it, I think they run away with a title this year, but but every single night here in the Firelands Conference is going to be a battle, and tonight is one of those nights. But they have strengths all over the floor. They have youth, who's the Justice kid is very, very good, and they have size in the middle. I think Owen Barker maybe didn't play his best there in the first half.
I think his mind is in Dallas.
It might be. He's got a long plane ride here in the morning. So, but I think they'll get refocused in the second half. You're a good coach team. You're a well-coached team when you respond in the second half, and this team is really good.
We've talked about over the last couple of years a lot of good young talent in North Central Ohio, and Justice Thompson fits that bill.
Definitely. This is my first time seeing him as a sophomore. He's very, very smooth, shoots it well, handles pressure well, which is not very common for sophomores making their first starts here in varsity, and he's handling really well, and he's a smart player. I mean, he's already talking to some upperclassmen teammates just about kind of the game, and that's key right there.
A lot of young guys just kind of look for ways to fit in, and they try to kind of stay out of the way. He looks like he wants to be a focal point of the offense.
Yeah, and John, I talked to John before the game, and he's like, what, every single minute that this kid plays, he's earned every single minute. I mean, he never leaves the gym. They have a 6 o'clock practice. He's here at 5:30, knocking on the door, hoping a janitor lets him in or something. He's here early, ready to work. And, that's kind of what you want to see in a young kid who's going to be a staple of the program for 3 years.
So who do you think is the biggest stumbling block for Crestview to break that 20-year drought in the Firelands Conference?
The way Monroeville played in the first half and just their size and how they kind of match up with everybody on Crestview side, there's pretty even matchups head-to-head at each position. So, Monroeville is a very good team. I know they did lose to Mapleton. I think Mapleton has contrasting styles. I know they like to run quite a bit more than what Crestview does, but I think this team right here, this could be, one of those the next time around over at Monroeville. This could be a very key game in the league race.
Yeah, Aiden Goodwin kind of got off to a slow start, but he showed why he is their leading scorer.
Yeah, he's shooting it from all over the place. He's knocking down some key threes. He's not, making a ton of them, but in key moments like right before the half ended, that's a big shot right there.
Well, and as Coach pointed out, he's got the hair.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
When you got that going for you.
Right. You got the flow, and you got the flow of the game, man.
So we get away from the Firelands for a little bit. We know you obviously have your finger on the pulse all around North Central Ohio. Obviously, Lexington is a team that can be contended with, and they're probably the favorite in the OCC. Do you see anybody challenging them in conference play?
I really want to keep an eye on that New Philly game tonight. I think New Philly has the size, has the strength to keep up with everybody. So, I think New Philly's kind of that threat.
Well, I'll let you give the headset back to Gregg Collins. Thanks, Jake, for joining us.
Appreciate it, guys.
Crestview with a 1-point lead as we head to the second quarter. We'll take a look at the halftime stats, which As we said, we're being kept by our producer, and he was spot on, which was very impressive. He deserves a gummy bear for that. Look at the field goals, pretty even. The threes, pretty even. And you talked about the battle of the boards, and Crestview winning that battle by 2.
Yeah, you look at the stats. Very well played first half, really. Few turnovers, few fouls. Kids playing hard is what you like to see.
So now if you're John Kurtz and the Crestview coaching staff, what were you telling your team at halftime?
Well, they've had some opportunities where they got the ball to the basket. They just didn't fall. I know they opened up with a 3 right here, but I still think first and foremost, get the basketball to the hoop, drive, draw some fouls, finish. They'll be fine. Defensively, they've done a nice job. Both teams, it's low scoring for these teams because both teams are playing pretty good defense.
Well, talk about good defense. Jarek Ringler in perfect denial position. That was almost a steal, but he knocks it out of bounds.
You got to remember, late in that half, Monroeville went to a 1-3-1, so I'm sure John Kurtz talked a little bit about how to attack that if Monroeville goes back to it.
Goodwin with the miss, and Crestview pushes at the other end. And Crestview ice cold from the floor here to start the third quarter, but another offensive rebound by Barker, and a foul's going to be called on Braden Chapman.
And again, it was a chance to get the ball to the basket. They did. It was a nice pass, nice cut to receive it, just not able to finish it. But you have to think those shots, they're going to ball. The ball's going to fall. It's going to fall. Keep getting the ball to the rim.
Jarek Ringler, the older brother of Tyson Ringler. Cash with a drive inside, off balance, doesn't go. And Monroeville clears the myth. They can take the lead.
And again, a nice move. Got to the rim. Now it was without a ball reversal, which means that the weak side defense, help side, was set.
Thompson with a steal, and he lays it up and in at the other end. Jake Furr and I were talking about Justice Thompson, and he plays beyond his years as a sophomore.
Yeah, he does. He's played solid defense.
Up ahead again, that's Thompson in transition.
Just beat him down the court. And I was going to say, the first half, neither team really got any runouts. So far, though, Crestview's got a couple here.
Well, Dave Rader doesn't like what he sees and calls a timeout. They were down by 1, and all of a sudden, Crestview now back up by 5. Brian Harter, Greg Collins from Crestview High School. This is a good Firelands Conference matchup between the Eagles at 2-1 in conference play, and they are taking on Crestview, or 1-1, is Monroeville. Crestview at 3-0. And Monroeville trying to go on the road and win in the Firelands, which is not an easy thing to do.
Well, it's never easy to win on the road. You're right. And you certainly can't give the other team layups. You can't give, when a turnover results in a layup at the other end, that's just demoralizing for any team. They come out with a set. They get the shot they want, just not able to knock it down. Crestview on the run, get to the hoop. And tough shot.
Cash, who averages 15, gets his first 2 of the second half.
And they've had a little difficult time finishing today, and that might have been the toughest finish of them all. And he was able to get it up and in. Great defense.
From the elbow, but another offensive rebound and a shot blocked by Barker.
And they're out and running again.
Thompson with another bucket.
And Coach Rader, I'm sure he's thinking, boy, he'd love to use a timeout right now, but he just used one.
The sophomore now with 16, and the lead is 9. Klingman off balance, doesn't go, but an offensive rebound and a foul.
And Klingman is one that can create, but that's a tough shot. Tough shot when you're dribbling that much and putting up a jump shot. That's not an easy shot to hit.
Foul is on Barker, his second.
Boy, does Monroeville need a basket. They need to stop the bleeding right here. Notice Monroeville off the ball is not doing as much movement as they did in the first half.
And the pressure defense by Crestview almost with a turnover, and Dave Rader forced to call a timeout. The defensive pressure being applied by Crestview has really turned this game up another notch.
Well, you asked me what does Crestview do at halftime. I don't know what John Kurtz talked to him about, but whatever it is, it worked. They're playing with a little bit more intensity, more effort, and their defense has been good. They've also finished a couple of times at the basket, some tough finishes where maybe they had a little bit more difficult time in the first half.
Dave Rader on the other side trying to stop the bleeding here. With 4:59 to go in the third, the lead stretched to 9.
The last time they came out of a timeout, they came out with a set play. I think it was Gabe Howe who shot the ball, didn't get it to hit, but now I'm sure they'll come out with another set. They do.
And Klingman hits from the elbow.
Nice shot. Again, off the dribble. Not the easiest, but a good job. A good set from Coach. If he had 50 timeouts, they would do real well. He's setting up some nice plays, but they do force the turnover.
And Monroeville with a chance to chop at this lead, which is now 7.
You hear coaches talk all the time about complementary basketball, meaning their offense goes to their defense. And so often, when you hit a shot, you stop a run by hitting a shot, get a big shot. It just makes your defense that much better. The kids are on their toes. Here's 2 great possessions. A good penetration by Goodwin, good kick, and a good shot by Klingman.
Klingman's 3 makes it a 4-point game, and now a turnover, and Monroeville will get it back. And the Eagles are hanging tough, and they're not going away.
They are. Momentum was certainly in Crestview's side. That timeout was the last timeout by Monroeville was out of need. I think Coach thought maybe they were trapped in the corner. But either way, they come out, get a good out-of-bounds play. Klingman hits a shot, comes down, hits another shot, force a couple of turnovers.
Long 3 by Klingman.
Well, he was feeling it.
Cash for 3.
Good penetration kick. Just not able to connect, but that's good basketball. Penetrate, kick to his shooter.
Klingman picks up his dribble and unable to create over Justice Thompson, the sophomore. Goodwin inside is blocked by Barker. And Parker looks back with a little bit of attitude. That's the toughness, and at the other end, a layup by Cash.
Now
that is the football mentality that Owen Barker brings to this program.
Just great defense.
Klingman for 3 answers at the other end.
Again, off the dribble. Klingman has come out this quarter and is playing awfully well.
Cash tries to answer at the other end. The rebound down to Howell. It's out of bounds, and it will stay at this end of the floor. And it goes out of bounds.
Every time I think one team has got momentum on their side, the other team takes it over again.
It's like a hot potato. Nobody wants it.
Exactly. We'll see how Crestview does in the half court here in a set. They've done well in transition.
Nice jump stop and a finish by Jarek Ringler.
Good out-of-bounds play, and you're right. Good jump stop off 2 feet.
Lead is back to 5.
Nice pass. Oh, just missed.
I think Klingman caught Chapman napping. Now Chapman's awake.
Nice pass. That time Goodwin was triple teamed in the corner.
He's drawing a little bit of attention.
I guess so. And it's Klingman you got to be concerned about. He is having a quarter.
Klingman with 13 on the night. Ball loose on the floor, and possession arrow will stay at this end.
I tell you, that's what you love to see as a coach, though. Players sacrificing their bodies, getting on the ground for a loose basketball.
Cash takes the inbound. There's going to be a foul called on Crestview.
I didn't see it. It must have been an illegal screen.
Foul on Tyson Ringler. That's his first. And don't look now. Monroeville getting the ball back, down 3.
Monroeville's done a good job in the half-court defense. It's just transition this quarter.
Klingman.
Nice pass.
And they finish for the second straight possession by Braden Chapman. Chapman now with 8. It's a 1-point game.
And I know Coach Kirsch was concerned about Klingman's penetration ability. That is an example of it. Great penetration. Drew the help. Defense. Kicked inside for an easy bucket.
Long 3 in the air by Thompson. Doesn't go, but another offensive rebound by Ringler. Another offensive putback, this one by Barker.
Well, that time I was watching Barker. He just did a great job of getting leverage, getting position with his man, getting the offensive rebound.
Klingman slows it down as we approach the 1-minute mark of the third quarter. Goodwin launches a 3. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Monroeville.
But again, that shot was all set up by Klingman on his penetration, and then a kick back to Goodwin for an open 3. Just not able to connect.
Monroeville can tie it with a 3. Klingman thought about it. And we've got what?
Well, I think there was a foul on Crestview. They were a little concerned. Yeah, a little concerned about the player on the ground, and I think it was incidental.
Foul is on Cash, his first.
Klingman is just having a great quarter. Scoring, distributing, drawing the defense. Certainly he's the one that Crestview has to be concerned about right now.
And another whistle away from the ball. This one looks like it's on Tyson Ringler, and that's his second.
And hand checking is an emphasis that the officials have been asked to concentrate on this year. That looked like a hand check. I don't know if it was a big hand check, but again, it's something officials have been asked to pay special attention to and call when they see the need.
Klingman slows it down.
Again, 40 seconds left, but he's going to jack it.
Long rebound into the hands of Ringler.
Now, if you're Crestview, you go for the last shot. I'm not sure who has momentum right now. I don't know who you would say, but hey, if you're Crestview, you might as well take it to the end. Monroeville will get the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Cash wants a clear out. Inside to Barker. He's knocked down. It doesn't go. It's out of bounds, and it will stay at this end. It's a lot of shrugged shoulders here.
1.7 doesn't give you a lot of time. You're going to have to catch and shoot. There is time to catch and shoot. Nice out-of-bounds play.
And that will do it. A 3-point game as we head to the fourth quarter. Stay with us. You're watching boys high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Merry Christmas
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Janotta Herner, Scout Construction LLC, Sutton Bank, and Frito Lay. Brian Harter, Greg Collins from Crestview High School. Christmas just around the corner, and both of these coaches want the same thing.
Oh, exactly.
A Firelands win.
Yes, that would be big.
Klingman, who had a very strong third quarter, has it taken away, up ahead to Thompson. And Thompson now with 18.
And that's been Crestview's offense this half. A couple of out-of-bounds plays they've scored on, but besides that, it's been their defensive pressure forcing the turnovers. Monroeville's offense has come from this man right here. Another nice pass inside. Nice drive.
And a foul is going to be called on Owen Barker, his third.
But it all started, again, with a nice post entry and then a kick, drive, good offense.
Myers at the line with 5 points on the night.
You know, one of the many things I've enjoyed about this game, it's not a high-scoring game for what these teams are considered. Both of them like to get into the 60s. But it's not because of lack of offense. It's because both teams have played good, solid defense.
It's a 4-point game.
This is where Crestview has struggled a little bit this half, and that's in the half-court offense. They do get a good ball reversal.
Well, and then Klingman takes it away. They blew the whistle, and Monroeville will keep the basketball as Dave Rader goes to his bench. Maverick Myers comes in.
Maverick did some great things, especially there in the second quarter. Ball
Goodman.
screen, rejects it.
Went away from the screen.
Nice drive.
Nice, strong move inside by Aiden Goodwin.
That was because help side defense was there. There was one guy dribbling, Goodwin, 4 guys standing. He did a nice move.
Goodwin with 12, and the lead is cut to 2.
Nice pick and roll.
Offensive rebound doesn't go. Barker tried to collect it. It's batted away and taken, and it will stay at this end of the floor. Another offensive rebound and a foul, and Justice Thompson will go to the line.
I don't think this is one of Crestview's better perimeter shooting nights. They shot it well early in the first period, but since then they've struggled from the perimeter.
It was not a shooting foul, so they will take it out of bounds. And a whistle away from the ball. And that's going to go on Maverick Myers. That's his third.
Well, he was just pinned inside. Great job of pinning his man inside and drawing the foul.
Myers only a freshman. Cash for 3. And it's out of bounds, and it will go to the Eagles as they try to cut into a 2-point deficit.
Here's something we haven't seen a lot of, and that is Goodwin starting the offense with Klingman on the perimeter.
Goodwin in the lane, tried to dump it down, and it's taken away and a foul.
Well, in the first half, we didn't come close to the 101. There's a very good chance we're going to get to the 101 this half. 5 team fouls on Monroeville, 4 on Crestview.
Second foul on Braden Chapman.
Monroeville, again, has done a nice job in the half-court defense. Here they are in the half-court defense. Can they force a perimeter shot?
Well, the officials are busy here in the second half. This foul on Chapman, and that's his third.
Well, Owen Barker was working to get position and doing a great job and had great position, and that's all that Monroeville could do was to foul.
Thompson kicks it to Cash for 3. And Cash gets his own rebound. And Monroeville with a push out, and they can tie it up here with a 2, and they do. Klingman now with 15. We're knotted at 41.
We're going to have a good finish here, Brian.
Ringler. Bounce pass to Cash. He loses the handle. It's out of bounds. It will go to Monroeville. Dylan Bruner checks in for the Cougars. So Monroeville with an opportunity to take the lead here in the fourth quarter. They have trailed from the start. Klingman off the screen.
Put your 2 scorers on one side. Klingman drives, draws. Now the ball is slowed down just a little bit.
Goodwin spins on the baseline, tries to split 2 defenders, and Klingman with a steal. Klingman for 3. Gets the offensive rebound.
Oh, nice
look underneath. And Braden Chapman now with 10. And Monroeville takes the lead.
Nice pass that time.
Ringler, it's out of bounds. Where does it go? It stays here. There's the replay and the lead. Braden Chapman getting the basket. Tough shot underneath.
Tough fade away. You're right. Very, very difficult pass. But that is at least the 5th basket they've scored on out-of-bounds plays this game.
We're now tied at 43. Despite what our score says, we're tied at 43.
That's what the scoreboard here says. I think that's official.
Klingman tries to get open up top. Kick it to Goodwin. And another offensive rebound, but then a takeaway, and what? It's like the foul is going to be on Monroeville.
So that is, 16 fouls on Monroeville.
Gabe Howell with his first.
We've had a few more turnovers this half than we did the first half. Again, attributed to solid pressure defense.
Crestview tries to regain the lead. Thompson. Ball batted around and ends up back with Thompson. Thompson launches a 3. And another offensive rebound. Again, Thompson attacks left side. Barker with an offensive rebound. Well, now there's a lid over the basket. but it will stay at this end of the floor.
But 3 chances for Crestview that time. Great job getting the offensive boards. They had some good looks, just not able to knock them down. They've had great success on their out-of-bounds plays tonight. See if that continues.
Crestview with a 27-16 edge on the boards.
And they're a team that they've dominated their opponents this year. Tonight, that's what's kept Crestview in the game.
Barker. Shot doesn't go, and a foul over the back on Thompson.
And that was a good check out. I'd have to say there hasn't been a lot of great checkouts from Monroeville tonight, and Crestview's taking advantage. That time was a good check out. They get the foul. So we're 1 foul away, both teams, from going to the line, getting some freebies. 2 minutes left. See what half court's set. You have a feeling that it's somehow going to involve Klingman, isn't it? Whether it's him shooting it or him creating for someone else.
Goodwin also has 12. And he's been rather quiet here in the last few minutes. And Klingman, now if there was a shot clock, he wouldn't be doing that.
No, you're right, right.
Klingman attacks the paint, and Barker steps up. Shot doesn't go, and a big rebound pulled down by Dylan Bruner.
And you're right, a big rebound. Now they come down with their half-court offense, and again, hasn't been their calling card tonight, but will it be this possession? But offensive rebounding has been.
Thompson.
Good drive, good turnaround, good shot.
Kid is smooth, isn't he?
He is. That was just a great move.
Justice Thompson with 20. And Crestview back up by a deuce. Ball tapped away, and here comes Crestview in transition. There's Cash with the layup.
There's been a few turnovers this half, none bigger than that one.
Cash now with 13, inside again, and a finish by Chapman.
And a nice call, nice timeout, but you're right. Good penetration, good kick for a bucket. They draw within 2. Quick timeout to set up your defense.
Boy, this puts you in mind of a championship bout, and each team is just body blow after body blow after body blow. A 2-point lead by Crestview. What a ball game here. The first time we've had an opportunity to see the Firelands Conference this year, and it's lived up to the billing. Monroeville with a must-win if you really think about it on the road. They've already lost a conference game, and they do not want to fall 2 back in the loss column.
And Monroeville being 2 down right now, they have a decision to make. Are they going to come out and foul right away and try to extend the game? Or are they going to try to maybe pressure and get a turnover? Their pressure defense has not been overly effective in creating turnovers. They haven't shown any trapping. If they do have any trapping defense, this might be the time to show it. Or maybe there's a player out there from Crestview that Monroeville says, listen, if that guy touches the ball, we're going after him right away. Let's put him on the line. Interesting to see how they'll do it. Full court man.
Under 40 seconds to go. It goes out of bounds. And who are they going to? Oh, they got to say a timeout got called by Crestview.
They called timeout? Is that it?
Yep. So a 2-point game with 39.4 seconds to go. Have we ever done an overtime game?
Yeah, we did. I can just think of one a couple years ago, West Holmes and Mansfield Senior.
That's right.
But there's got to be some others, isn't there?
What an exciting night for high school basketball here at Crestview. The Cougars undefeated at 5-0 and a very stubborn Monroeville team. Tonight's game being brought to you by Janotta Herner, Scout Construction LLC, Sutton Bank, and Frito Lay. Our thanks to our sponsors for bringing you high school basketball here on OH Report. Brian Harter, Greg Collins from Crestview High School. And Monroeville on the road in the Firelands. And they're going toe-to-toe with undefeated Crestview. Down by 2, 39.4 seconds to go.
And you know John Kurtz, one thing he told his players is how many timeouts they have. Monroeville almost a steal. I guess, do they have the foul? Yeah, they get Monroeville fouls.
Each team with 16 fouls.
Now we have a 7th team foul on Monroeville, so Crestview will go to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. And you can look and say, hey, a player is a 75% free throw shooter. Well, yeah, maybe a 75. But in the last minute of a tight game, it probably goes down a few percentage points.
Well, and here's the sophomore, his first trip to the line tonight. And that's a big make for Justice Thompson.
That was money. That looked so good. Nothing but net. Good follow through, good release.
The sophomore with 21.
Again.
Kid's cool, isn't he?
Yeah. Those are tough free throws, and he looked good. Now, if you're Monroeville, you say, listen, we don't want to foul him.
We don't want to put the sophomore on the line.
No, yeah, he looks too relaxed. No, we're going to have to go somewhere else.
Well, and that's one thing that Jake Furr and I talked about at halftime. He doesn't play like a sophomore. He just, physically, he doesn't look like a sophomore. And mentally, his approach, he is looking for his shot, looking for opportunities, and he's very confident.
Well, you know, and I don't know what this young man does in the offseason. I don't know. But you see so much more of that these days, freshmen stepping in and contributing, sophomores stepping in and contributing, because they play so much AAU. They play so much spring ball, summer ball with AAU, with their teams, that they're better prepared. They're willing to contribute. They fit in better. They've been in these situations before, whether it's AAU or summertime. So,
well, we got a tight one here. Not so much the case at Centerburg. They're getting beat 68-48, or that's a final over Worthington Christian.
Good drive, good take.
Left hand is money.
Great take. Great call by Coach Rader. They just cleared out and said, listen, baby, you take it one-on-one. Now, that was not an easy shot. That he took up with his left hand. Few seconds off the clock. Quick timeout. Now the pressure's back on Crestview. 2-point lead with the basketball. Again, what does Monroeville do? Foul right away? Trap right away? Their full court pressure looked pretty good the last couple of times.
Now, I think about all the good offensive players that you had at your disposal, both at Lexington and Mansfield Senior. In a situation like this, in a half-court set, who did you want with the ball in his hands? And I'm not talking about getting it into Jamie Fike. I'm talking about a perimeter player.
Right. Well, you know, with a 2-point lead, I always believed in spreading the court and putting the ball in your best free throw shooter's hands. Number one, obviously, I thought that's a high percentage. Seniors especially, if they could feel comfortable at the free throw line. And second, if we missed a free throw, it at least gave us a head start to get back in half-court defense. We weren't going to be able to give up a transition layup.
Crestview to inbound. Up by 2. And here come the Eagles in a quick foul. They're going to send Barker to the line.
And Owen Barker did a good job of cutting to the basketball. And it looked like as soon as he caught it, that's who they were willing to foul.
Barker 2 for 2 from the stripe tonight.
Now, Brian, you're going to have to help me. What position is he in football?
He's a defensive end. All-Ohio defensive end.
So he's used to rushing the quarterback. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Also was a pretty good receiving tight end. And he makes that one.
He also leads a good, clean life. He gets the bounce. because, the basketball always knows. The basketball knows who's shooting it. So.
Well, this is the big one. This makes it a two-possession game. And he rims it out.
But there's still 25 seconds left. You don't need to go for a three if you're Monroeville. Good job. Get the ball to the basket. Great move.
Chapman with 2 more, and it's a 1-point game. Well, and you called it. I was expecting him to pull up for 3 to try to tie it.
Well, and if he had an open 3, he's playing so well tonight, do it. But I think that's a smart move. You want to get a quick basket. Drove the lane again, and so often the defense is helping inside out. And, that's a cardinal rule in basketball. You don't want to violate. You don't want to help inside out. Well, that time Crestview did help inside out, dish in for a layup, get him within 1. Now, I don't know the timeout situation. Can you see it, Brian? I thought maybe Crestview or Monroeville would have used one quick.
Well, they don't have the timeouts on the scoreboard.
So, but Crestview did use the timeout, unlike college where after a made basket inside the 2-minute mark or the minute mark, the clock stops. Here the clock kept rolling. But Crestview felt comfortable getting the ball inbound or calling timeout. Now they're going to have to get the ball inbounds. Still, a foul by Monroeville will send Crestline to the line, but it would be a 1-and-1.
Only 2 players on the floor for Crestview have been to the line.
Last time Barker did a great job cutting to the hoop. This time he's looking deep. They get it inbounds. Okay.
Cash is quickly fouled.
And I think that's smart if you're Crestview. And I don't know the free throw percentages, but Cash is a senior. Put him at the free throw line. And we're going to have a sub come in if he can knock down the 2 free throws. Again, that would slow Monroeville down. Now with 14.5 seconds to go.
Cash with 13, and as you say, he's living well.
He is. And if Monroeville's out of timeouts, they're going to have to shoot a 3 this time down if Cash hits this. If not, they still have time to get the ball to the hoop.
Cash nails them both. And with 14 seconds to go, it's a 3-point game.
And a good timeout or a good substitution. That stops the clock, gives you a chance to set up your defense.
Klingman with the ball.
And you think it's going to be Klingman that's going to do it? Okay.
Timeout taken by Monroeville. 3-point ball game. So obviously you set up a 3 for Klingman.
I would think you would try to set up a 3 for either Klingman, but, Goodwin has not had the night that he's had this year. I mean, he's a 40% three-point shooter.
He has hit 1 tonight.
He has hit 1, so you still got to consider him. So there are 2 key players you want to be concerned about. But with that being said, when you're Crestview and you're a player out there and you're guarding one of the non-3-point shooters,
you can't fall asleep.
You don't want that guy to hit a 3, and you sometimes you can work as a double screen that way. But as a player for Crestview, you got to be concerned about those 2 kids. Now, I would think the ball's going to come in. I don't know if they're going to run Klingman off a screen. It looks like maybe they're going to run him off a screen here on the side out of bounds, but I could see a ball screen for him.
Get it into him quickly.
There's the ball screen.
He finds space. Shot. He's open. It doesn't go, but another offensive rebound. It's launched again. This one doesn't go, and that will do it. Crestview escapes with a 52-49 win over Monroeville. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
Beckham in the house. Watching a little soccer. Nice. Bro, are you eating my Lays?
Yep.
Wow.
It's the FIFA World Cup. And it's football.
All right, don't start. Those are chips.
Crisps.
Those are cleats on my chair.
Boots.
But that is soccer.
No, my friend, that is football.
Okay.
There's 700 million people watching this little football match right now. That's gotta hurt.
Ha! Definition. Soccer is a round ball. Football is an oval ball. Like those golden balls.
These souvenirs.
Wow. You gonna talk about your Teen Choice Awards?
It's so sad.
That hurts. That hurts, actually.
But we'll ask the world. Is it called football or football?
Or soccer?
It's football.
Hey, Rob, that's a football tackle. We're playing soccer here.
Mia, you're on my field. It's football here.
She's right. It's soccer.
Have you won 2 World Cups?
Does it look like I've won 2 World Cups?
All right, Brandy, the debate rages on. Is it football?
It's football.
Soccer.
Football. It's soccer.
My Doritos, football.
Or is it soccer?
It all comes down to this.
Come on, Jules. It's soccer, baby. We're doing that again, huh? It's a classic.
It's Chicharito against Howard. He shoots. Machito! Oh, the Cheetos! And Howard's down!
No, Cheetos. Football started the 12th century. That's like ancient. Then US football evolved from soccer rugby. I own my own soccer team. I know.
You just said the word soccer.
Did not.
You said soccer because you know you said soccer. You heard yourself say soccer.
You heard wrong. Absolutely not.
My house, my rules, you said soccer.
Prove it.
Learn it, love it.
Are you certified by Parks and Recreation to be on this field?
Don't hog with Tostitos. It says soccer mom, not football mom. You ever argue with soccer mom?
Bring it.
I'm just telling you, get ready. Brought it. Go ahead, tell them. You're a very difficult house guest. You know that?
I did say soccer.
I knew it.
He's turned many doubters into believers. Goal!
We're gonna need more chips, by the way.
Crisps.
Whatever.
No matter what you call it, don't forget the chips for the FIFA World Cup.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Time now for the Sutton Bank postgame show. I am Brian Harter along with Gregg Collins, and I tell you what, my blood pressure was up a little bit there toward the end of the ball game. That was an exciting finish.
That was an exciting finish. If your blood pressure was up, what do you think of the kids shooting the free throws?
Couple opportunities there at the end for Monroeville, but they just could not cash in. But I'll tell you what, this Firelands Conference is going to be a hot race heading down the stretch.
Well, I think so. You know, Crestview's going to have to go to Monroeville at some time, but you're right. Those last two looks were good looks. First, they got the kid that's been hot the whole game in Klingman. They get him coming off a ball screen. He has a great look at the basket, not able to hit it. Then they have the kid with the best percentage on the team in Goodwin, who gets the offensive rebound, steps back, has a pretty good look himself, and just not able to hit it.
There were some momentum shifts in the second half, and it looked like Crestview was starting to pull away in the third quarter, but then Monroeville, they showed some grit, especially defensively.
I think you're right. I think especially in the half-court defense, my opinion, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Kurtz has to say about it, but in my opinion, in the second half, actually maybe the second quarter on, Crestview struggled in half-court offense. Monroeville did a good job in the half-court. Now, Crestview was able to get offensive rebounds and being able to get some baskets there, but most of their success was off a turnover, transition, offensive rebound, or out-of-bounds plays. But either way, they hit the free throws down the stretch in what is a low-scoring game for these two teams, but not a low-scoring game for games that we've seen.
Well, you talked about your keys of the game before tonight's contest, and the rebounding was the big one, and Crestview won that battle 28-17, 14 turnovers to 13 for Monroeville. The foul shooting, though, you talked about that, also clutch down the stretch, 7 of 9. Offensively, fairly even, although a couple more threes there by Monroeville. I'll tell you what, Crestview had to work for that 6th win.
Well, they did. They did. They were in a battle, and this is going to help them. You know, you learn from every basketball game, but it's so much more fun to learn after a W. And they're going to get back, watch film. They're going to learn. You know that a Coach Kurtz basketball team is going to improve as the season progresses.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with our player of the game right after this.
Hi, I'm Josh with Scout Construction, proud sponsor of local teams and athletes. Check out your favorite local sports right here on the OH Report.
Time now for our Scout Construction LLC player of the game, sophomore Justice Thompson, 22 points. And I'll tell you what, basketball in the Firelands Conference is very exciting, and tonight was no exception, was it?
Nope, we played good. It's supposed to be a hard match. We came in knowing Goodwin and Klingman were going to be their star players to try to lock them down. I think Goodwin didn't have that much points, but Klingman was getting around, getting them three-pointers and stuff.
Coaches talk a lot before the game about these are the things that we need to do to win this game. What were the things that Coach Kurt stressed to you guys before tonight's game?
Really defense and driving over and getting inside-out threes. We just try to lock down their star players, and kind of worked. Klingman got some points on us, though.
Well, I tell you what, and a win here on the road for them would have been a tough feather in their cap, but you guys continue this undefeated season. What goals did you guys have coming into this season?
We came in, if you look over there, we haven't won a conference championship in over like 22 years, so we're trying to accomplish that. So far we're 6-0, so I think we're going good.
Guys, we're back-to-back champions in 1999 and 2000, but yes, it has been a drought. As a sophomore, you play beyond your years. What has it meant for you to come in as a sophomore and contribute the way you have?
I mean, we've been grinding over the summer and open gym and stuff. Coach Kurtz taught me a lot of stuff, so I'm going to give props to him. He made me the player I am. And of course, my dad, too.
Of course, your dad. Well, congratulations on a nice game for you and a big win for your program.
Yep, thank you.
Justice Thompson, our player of the game, 22 points. We'll have you give the headset over here to Gregg Collins, and then we'll wrap things up here from Crestview.
Congratulations, man. Great game.
Well, I tell you what, the players are aware of that drought in not winning a Firelands title in over 20 years, and obviously that's a goal that they have set for themselves in this program.
Boy, well attainable. You would think they're the favorite. They've got a great basketball team. They're going to be hard to beat, but, hey, Monroeville was right there.
Well, with the win, Crestview is now 6-0. They're 4-0 in the Firelands. Monroeville drops to 2-4. They're 1-2 in conference play. The final score, Crestview 52 and Monroeville 49. Our producer tonight is Adam Thompson. The fine camera work courtesy of Keaton Cooper. Most of all, our thanks to you for joining us. Once again, the final score, Crestview 52, Monroeville 49. For Greg Collins, I'm Brian Harter. So long from Crestview.